Welcome to another episode of Bringing Down the Grindhouse, a podcast where we discuss horror in media. And tonight, beware of the shadows and your vampire roommates that lurk within as we dive into what we do in the shadows. I'm Mitch.
I'm Murr.
I'm Justine.
I'm Jonathan. Why did you pause?
You look like you were gonna burp.
No.
Okay.
I thought
Pause for burps?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's for dramatic
Yeah,
effect.
I gotcha, yeah.
We love a good dramatic pause.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's also a Patreon requested episode from Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Shout out to our Yeehaw fan.
He's not really that yeehaw. I talked
No,
to
he
him.
really isn't.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
not really, no.
He's still from Texas.
Well,
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
from Texas, though, so he gets it anyway.
And
We
if-
all assume Texans have 10-gallon hats and wear
Yes.
spurs and ride horses. And
And they know how to do the little lasso.
yeah, and they
thing.
lasso. They always
Yeah.
rodeo, too. It's
They
always
love
a thing.
the rodeo.
It's the truth. All Texans, just like that.
All of them.
they just call their Texas toast just toast over there. Oh.
It's just
Whoa.
toast.
Oh my god.
So what would our version of
upset.
toast be like in Texas?
Oh, man.
Californian toast?
Well, I feel like if it's California toast, it has to have avocado on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not the same.
No.
Dang. Anyways.
It's not the same.
I
But-
digress.
If you would like to submit a request to review a horror-related thing, then check out our Patreon. Sean donated $2 this month to get his request in, so thank you, Sean.
Nice. For $2.
Yeah.
You could do the same. $2.
So what we do in the shadows?
What do we do in the shadows?
Sorry, I know people love this shit, but it's not that funny. I
mean,
think some
it's-
parts of it is funny, but it's like consistently not funny.
It's basically like The Office, but with vampires.
Yeah, and The Office sucks.
Yeah, I was about to say, I hate The Office.
I actually really enjoy The Office, so, you know,
Wow.
that and that's
We
fine.
watch Parks and Recreations in this house.
Yeah. Get jammed.
I also did like Parks and Rec, too. See, I like all the
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
Y'all just hate stuff.
I will say the show is better than the movie. I think
Yeah.
the show is better.
Yeah. Show what we
It
do in the
was-
shadows. The show definitely does a little better than the movie. But we should get off on some production notes about this movie
True.
first off.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, just to get it off the ground. This is a 2014 New Zealand mockumentary, so it is shot in that Office style. It was directed by Semen Clement, as well as Taika Waititi.
Yeah, you should recognize his name from a lot of films now, especially the Thor movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thor, and also I'm just gonna Jojo Rabbit.
Yes.
Also
Ooh.
incredible. If you haven't seen it,
Hilarious.
go watch that. Super funny.
It also stars Jermaine Clement, as well as Taika Waititi,
Yep.
Jonathan Berg, Corey Gonzalez Maciel, and our boy Stu Rutherford as Stu.
Nice.
Literally a stew. I love that.
Everyone loves Stu.
First acting role.
No, really?
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, just, hey, you're going to be the boring guy. That's their friend. Okay, what's my name and
Regular
role?
human who's friends with vampires.
Just friends with the director
I
and
feel like this would
producer.
actually happen though.
Like I feel like this is a very it's a very grounded take on the vampire
Yeah.
sort of thing, as well as putting that hilarious spin on it. You know, because usually vampires are shown as like it's Dracula or it's an evil duke in his tower or. You know, they're bloodthirsty creatures that lurk in the alleyways that rip your throat out and stuff. And, you know, they are all those things.
Right.
But in What We Do in the Shadows, it kind of like subverts that idea, which I really enjoyed.
I
that
do like their
aspect.
really old roommate vampire who's like in the coffin.
Peter?
And
Peter.
they're like brushing his teeth.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Nosferatu. looking
Yeah,
dude.
he's
Yeah.
so old.
Yeah, Peter's
I also
great.
read this with subtitles. His name is spelled Petyr.
Yeah.
It's the old school
Ah.
Peter.
Makes sense,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Peter.
Yeah, so all four of these vampires, they're based off of other pop cultures vampires.
Yeah.
Right.
So Peter's based off of Nosferatu.
Ah, yes.
The other guy, I believe his name is, he's like the rambunctious type.
Mm.
He's based off the
Like Lost Boys.
Lost Boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see that.
And then the fancy one who like hates the beast, like the big fancy guy with the beard. He's supposed to be Antonio Banderas from fucking Interview with a Vampire.
That's great.
And
I love that.
the new guy, Nick, he's supposed to be reminiscent of Edward from Twilight.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's the dandy. 17th century dandy.
Sparkly.
I'm trying to think of because the oh my god, the like Interview with the Vampire one. I forget his. I think it's like Jacques or something like that. He reminds me. He was called like he wasn't the Impaler, but he was like the Tickler or something.
The
silly.
Poker.
The Poker. That's right. He was the poker, and he would poke people.
Yeah, his name is Vladislav.
Vladislav. There you go.
Poker.
Yeah.
A great parody name.
Yeah. No, they have some good names. There's like a lot of how do I say this? There's a lot of like interesting stuff that they do in this particular movie.
I think you kind of get what's going on from the opening shot where you hear the alarm buzzer that everyone had in their fucking homes, and you just see this coffin just slowly open.
That's how I feel every morning when I wake up.
Yeah, sleeping in a coffin every night.
I do wake up pretty late sometimes too.
It's got that really like awkward rise that like the Nosferatu films had too.
Love
like where
those.
he's just like
Classic.
and he just stares at the camera all awkwardly the whole time.
Oh,
like,
hey, what's up,
hello?
guys?
Hi,
My-
this is my house.
My favorite part is he doesn't call it his house. This is my flat.
Flat, yeah, it's
these
their
are my
flat.
flatmates.
And they're like someone has been leaving their bodies in the like in the rooms. You have to clean up after yourself. I'm not doing dishes anymore.
I love the dishes conversation.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause that's such a real shit. I feel like everybody I know that has come into contact with their roommate or has gotten a roommate recently, there's always that one moment where they're upset at each other because someone's not cleaning. And
Every
it's a
time.
big deal. It's a big fucking deal for like a month, and then they get over it.
Yeah, exactly. The hissing starts. They all just
Yeah.
Yeah, those-
Legit.
Do they make a wheel in this? See, we spin the wheel and
they made it was all bedazzled and stuff too. Like they put sprinkles all over it, or sorry, sparkles and stuff. Oh my God.
Sparkles.
Sprinkles, sprinkled sparkles. There we go. Oh my gosh.
You guys are looking at me like I have something to say.
Oh, I thought you had.
Yeah.
I thought you had one more thing to
Yeah,
say
just wait
about
for
it.
more
Yeah.
notes.
Yeah, I got you.
You,
got some
you
notes?
looked prepared.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
we're prepared. So it was shot in New Zealand, and there's some locations in this movie that are also used in the Lord of the Rings, which is
What?
hilarious. So like in the hill scene where the werewolves are attacking Stu and like their friends, and they're like, "Run, Stu, get the fuck away from here!" It's actually the same hill where Frodo and the little hobbits like went into like underneath that tree trying to run away from the ring wraiths.
Oh my god!
Same
I didn't
hill.
know that.
Yeah. So yeah, this was a New Zealand film, and it premiered in the 19th of January, 2014 at Sundance,
Yeah,
And-
that makes sense.
and it was officially released in February of 2015, but 2014 in New Zealand.
There's always these movies where I'm like, I would hate to be in Sundance during the release of some of these films because you're like coming in, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do well with my film, and then some asshole comes in with a movie like this and just takes all the prizes, and you're just like, fuck off, dude.
You're like,
I know your budget is like 10 times what I had to make like mine on. This is such dumb shit that they do that for Sundance because there's no like budget restriction when you like submit it to Sundance. So like they do like full-fledged films for these festivals and then submit it, and they always win because they had a bigger budget. So it's like you have these movies like this one who I bet it racked up a bunch of awards during
yeah.
I
Sundance.
feel like that should be against the rules.
Yeah, I think people were like trying to protest saying that there should be sort of like a cap because it's supposed to be for indie filmmakers.
Yeah, because when I think indie film, I think low budget film.
Right, like very low budget, but indie
Yeah.
film includes like a pretty high budget for some of these because they do their independent like collection of the money. They have people like invest in it, so like still counts. So there's a gray area.
Well, this movie's budget was $1.6 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So it's just like,
Can you
I don't
compare
know.
that to like a movie they made for like, I don't know, 20 grand? Like some of the other
Yeah.
ones where you're just like, oh fuck, this guy had $1 million to make this movie. If I had $1 million to make a movie, I'd make a good movie. Like you have everything you need.
Yeah.
So,
And then
still.
it racked $7 million at the box office.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Someone must have saw it and then bought the rights for it and then put it out into theaters like they usually do.
That's interesting that you bring up the cap. There's no cap though. Like,
Yeah, there really isn't.
Like,
As far as I know, there isn't.
it's insane.
So you can literally make a movie at any time and submit it. I think the only time that you can't do it is if you work with one of the big studios because they don't do that shit. They're like, no, we're doing this for the money. We don't give a fuck about any of these awards except for like the Oscars where they pay them to give them the award, but that's a whole different thing. Because all the people that they know who are like the judges, they all get gift bags from the
Yeah.
studios,
This
where
is true.
where it has like all this stuff inside of it, which is worth a lot of money. So they're like, "Hey, you liked our movie, right? You liked our movie, right?" And then they're like, "Yeah, we liked your movie." And then they put them into like the finalists for who's gonna win whatever.
I love Oscar season because that's when you can pirate all of the
Yeah,
samples that are out
exactly.
there that people put out. That's the best time to pirate movies, right there. Just saying, if you ever, not that I'm advocating for this, I've never pirated a movie in my life, but the best time to do it.
Yeah, because they send them to all the judges, and like some of
Yeah.
them put it online.
Yeah.
And then you can go and download it. So that's true.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This movie actually won a lot of awards, of course.
Stupid.
But I mean, it has 1.6 million, and you got Taika Waititi behind it.
He's great though.
Yeah,
He's an
okay.
amazing director and
Yeah.
writer. So a lot of props to him for making
I
stuff.
thought he played a good dandy too.
Yeah.
I thought he played like he was probably one of the funnier of the three vampires, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, his portrayal as Viago is like super like, this is how I live. These are my roommates. We're gonna go out on the strip.
Okay, but them eating the dude who had already taken drugs, and then they end up getting some effects off of it was
was
pretty
that?
funny.
I think that was in the show.
Oh, was that in the show?
That's in the show.
Oh, I'm
yeah,
mixing it up.
Where he puts the wizard hat.
Yeah.
Where he puts the cone on his head.
Dang, I mixed it
Yeah.
up. Well,
We drink
they do
blood.
something like that.
I
Yeah.
always wondered about that. Like, if you drink someone's blood and they're like heavily intoxicated on whatever, do you get a little like?
I'm guessing. Yeah.
A little,
I feel like that
little
would
buzz.
be
A little buzz, right? You see someone who's
a
drunk.
little buzz. Shit. No wonder the vampires are all in New Orleans. People are fucked up out there.
Yeah,
That's how vampires get fucked up. They drink people.
Yeah,
And they go to
because
New
Fucked up.
Orleans.
Yeah.
It's the only way.
it's so
It's the
funny
only way.
because the rules for vampires, you can't eat, and they portray that in this movie. Like the newer vampire Nick, he tries to eat a potato, like a French fry from stew, and they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that, boy." And they're like, "What do you mean?" Cuts to him just choking like gallons of blood. Just like, I can't eat chips. These are my favorite fucking food. Like, fuck being a vampire.
Fuck this shit.
so I don't. They could probably drink alcohol, but I feel like it would burn.
Yeah. That's why you gotta get it in the blood. It's
That's
secondhand,
exactly yeah. See, they
This
they
is
just get the
their-
drunk
this is their
guy and they're good.
workaround
Yeah.
for not being able to consume alcohol. You gotta just make your victim drink alcohol and then kill them.
What was really funny was we talked about like the age, like the morals of making someone a vampire at a certain age when we talked about Interview with a Vampire,
Right.
and they have a great like throwaway joke where they're like, "Yeah, everyone's a vampire in New Orleans. Like all these people, these kids are vampires. What are you guys gonna do? We're gonna go kill a pedophile? Just like sick."
I love it.
And then it cuts to them just fucking up this dude in an alleyway.
I know, that's fucking great.
So the thing is, they're just trying to hang out, and they're trying to get their rep back up as vampires, like, you know. And when they go out in town, they bring these old fucking dresses on them, and they look ridiculous. I mean, they're like, it's hard to stay with the fashion sense from like
my
the
God.
1700s.
I just love their little fashion montage where they're trying on different outfits before going out.
Yes.
If your friend group doesn't do this, it's not a good friend group. Just
Yeah.
saying. Gotta make sure the fit, the drip.
Right.
Ugh.
The drip is lit. Get the pit vipers.
Oh, fuck.
So I wanted to fact check myself real quick and look at if there is in fact a limit for the Sundance submission, and it is $1 million.
1 million.
1 million is the limit.
Wow.
If it cost you more than $1 million, you are no longer in the indie, like quote unquote indie bracket.
That's
of
such a
making films.
ridiculous bracket, though.
Yeah, like
That's so ridiculous. Like, okay, so you think this like newbie filmmaker is just gonna come up with?
I feel like they could just
Around
lie
a-
though. Like they could probably just be like, "Yeah, I did it for
What are they gonna ask for your
$998,000."
receipts at
Yeah.
Cannes Film Festival? They're gonna be like, "Where are your receipts for
So,
the crew and the?"
Sundance is kind of bullshit. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, I wanted to double check it because I was like, you know what? I bet there is a limit, and it's exactly $1 million. So,
The thing is, we have these rules within vampires that are just like completely turned on their head for the sake of comedy, and it's
Yeah.
shot in that Office style, which for you guys it was
looks
kind of
directly
miss,
into the camera.
right? It was kind of like some misses for you guys,
Yeah.
and then I thought it was kind of funny where they're like, "We're trying to get into the big club,
Well, it's
but
probably,
they won't invite us."
Yeah, like they're standing outside, like, "Can I come into your home?
yeah.
Why are you asking?
Yeah.
I need you to
Yeah. I need you to
let
invite me in.
Need you to invite me in. Like, I can't." Like all of them are like that. I love all those interactions. Super funny. Or like there's times when he's like playing in the mirror, like Nick. Like when Nick becomes a vampire, he starts playing with like a globe in the mirror because it's like bouncing around because he
I'm a
can't see himself.
ghost.
Yeah, ooh, it's a ghost.
I would do some dumb shit like that.
Yeah, like exactly.
One of the most awkward scenes of this movie is when they invite. Well, there's familiars in this movie as well.
Yeah.
As well in the TV show, like these vampires
They
just have
want to
human
be.
people.
They want to be turned into a vampire.
And so they're trying to give their like servitude to these lords so they could become a vampire eventually.
That poor girl who just wants to get turned and he won't turn her.
He's like, I'm gonna have to put you on a wait, maybe like 2 to 3 more years, and she's just like, fuck.
What the hell?
I clean out the blood out of your clothes. I get you fucking people to eat. It's just hilarious.
Like, are they virgins? Like, it just, I don't know if virgin blood tastes better, but there's just something about them being virgins that really gets me. Like it's just like super silly.
How to get a water break.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were just gonna stop talking while I was drinking some water. Holy shit!
We're waiting for a response, John.
Like I said at the beginning, it's inconsistently funny. So I was not paying attention parts of the movie, even though.
Were you paying attention during the spaghetti scene? That scene is so fucking awkward.
that was like, this is one of those moments like, I don't know how you shot this. This is so fucking awkward. Like, how did you not laugh on set? And then how did you not think, man, I should probably cut this? But holy
I wonder
shit.
how many takes that took.
You know what? I feel like they probably told him to do something else. And then he went with that and they're like, we're keeping it, I guess.
I guess.
Do you like your sketty? It's just a can, like it's a can of spaghetti they put on a plate.
That's the worst.
Are you hungry? Eat more spaghetti.
It's for spaghetti. It's worms. He's like, what the fuck? And they're literally not.
They're like, you see that? I did the Lost Boy things on.
I did enjoy that piece of it where they were making fun of other vampire movies. Where it's like that is what kind of got me into watching the show, because the show has hilarious writers for that show where they bring in so many jokes from other movies and films, and it works well for it.
I think one of my favorite lines is, "We're werewolves, not swearwolves."
Oh my god.
Yeah, the werewolves in this movie kind of seem like an AA kind of group. Just like come on, man, you're better than this. Chain yourself. You could break the bond.
I know.
They're straight edge kids.
Yeah, they're straight edge kids.
Oh my god! Wait. So are werewolves then the straight edge people of the like monster universe?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, totally.
Really, werewolves?
They're a bunch of Boy Scouts.
Oh,
Fucking
dang.
All right.
Well, okay.
This is an anti-werewolf household.
Whoa! Hey!
Whoa!
I would rather be a werewolf than a vampire.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
I know, fucking.
What? I still want to eat food. What are you talking about?
Dog.
Oh shit!
You want me to give up eating food? Do you
But
know
you
who
could
I
sleep
am?
all day and party all night.
Yeah, but as a werewolf, you can turn
never
whenever you want to actually
die.
go in the sun. What are you talking about?
That is true.
The sun's overrated, man. It's all about the nighttime.
Something a vampire would say, but okay.
The fuck ever.
And there's a lone person across the way in the apartment that's like, I like pirates,
Oh my god, what was the movie?
Why not vampire pirates?
That's sick.
Dope.
Why
I
isn't
actually
there
read
a
a book
vampire
like that
pirate
one
now?
time.
Now I think about it, is there any characters that exist that are vampire pirates?
I mean, in books, but I don't know about prominent movies.
What about the dude from Soul Calibur? What's
Actually,
his name?
hear me out on this.
Cervantes?
Yes.
Every vampire in the olden days is a pirate because they have to be shipped in their coffin in dirt by boat.
To like move houses.
Yeah. So technically they're all pirates. Whoa.
But did they do any pillaging of villages?
No, fuck no.
You gotta
I mean,
get off the boat and then
independently.
pillage the other boat to
Right.
do the pirate thing.
Yeah,
True.
it's true.
You don't just roll up.
There are rules, Mer.
Yeah, right.
There
You
are
can't just
rules to
start
piracy.
classifying vampires
Excuse
as
you.
all pirates
Did you not
or something.
read
Okay,
the
but
pirate
how dope would a
handbook?
werewolf pirate be, though?
Pretty sick,
Like, just
dude.
fucking transforms
Yeah.
and starts ripping shit
Yeah.
up?
Werewolf pilot?
yeah.
Pirate? Yes.
Werewolf pilot, also good, also good.
Whoa,
Winning.
Werewolf pilot.
We're getting attacked by the werewolf pirates.
Werewolf pilot's coming for us.
Fuck off.
There Oh god, that also brings up zombies into the equation because there are zombies in this movie.
Oh my god.
And there's
when they go to the party at the end.
There are zombie pirates. Watch Scooby Doo.
that is true.
Yeah.
Watch Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, that too, but
Dog.
Are those pirate skeletons though?
They're dead.
Okay,
but they're
so-
animated.
they're not
so
zombies,
they're
though. They're not zombies.
They're totally zombies.
they're not zombies.
Yeah,
they're
are.
undead.
It's still
different.
a fucking zombie.
It's different.
It's
If
a
it-
walking corpse.
Well,
If it at least has a piece of flesh hanging off, it's a zombie.
yeah, come on, bro.
What? No, that is a weak qualifier
Dog, if
for
they
a
have-
zombie. No.
If those
Disagree.
skeleton pirates have a beard, they're a fucking zombie.
No, because some of them are straight up just skeletons, so they're undead. They're not
But what
zombies.
if they have? Some of them have
They
beards.
don't eat people.
So they're zombies. You don't have to eat people to be a zombie.
Yeah, you do. That's
No,
literally
you
what a
don't.
zombie
You just have
is.
to be undead and a
No.
walking animated
No,
corpse.
you said it wrong again.
bruh, zombies have always been feasters of living
yes.
flesh.
Yes.
Every time. There's never you find me one movie where the zombie's not munching on brains, an arm, or a
Okay,
neck.
okay,
Something.
but let's assume.
Yeah.
Let us assume that the people in Pirates of the Caribbean didn't escape the zombie crew. They would
No,
have gotten
they're
eaten.
undead. They're cursed.
They would have gotten eaten.
They're cursed
and
from
then
the
it would have been
gold.
proven that they're zombies.
Okay, but now I'm just picturing a skeleton trying to eat someone.
It can't. It'll just chomp and then it falls through the rib cage.
Whoa, no. It would just fall through like the lower
Oh, wait,
jaw.
yeah, you're
It
right.
would just fall right out. There's
it is not
Oh my god, that makes me think of
the
when Barboza
nourishment
drinks
of
and
eating
it like
for
goes
zombies.
all down
It
the
is
bones.
simply the act of eating.
Wait, what?
Fuck off.
You're making up rules now.
no,
You're
I'm
making
not.
up shit.
No, I'm not.
No.
You're violating the canon. Actually,
Yeah, right.
zombies are considered undead.
Shut the
and
fuck up,
they
Poindexter.
eat flesh.
I'm gonna look it up now. I
well,
want to know.
there's one. There
Oh,
is
now
a.
they're fact checking.
No, I'm not fact checking you.
Dog,
I just
they're
want to know what the official
he's
definition
fucking
of
fact-checking.
zombie is.
You gonna
Well-
mansplain it to me?
No.
Please, mansplain it to me.
Oh my god, no.
No, please tell me, please.
No.
Please. Yeah, I'm waiting for a response.
I happen to get the song from the Cranberries, so this works out.
What's in your head?
That's not gonna. That's not.
R.I.P.
Damn, we digress very heavily.
Yeah.
Back to what we were talking
What
about.
are we
So-
talking about?
There is a character in this movie called Stu, who I mentioned earlier, and these guys just fucking love him. They wanted to eat him originally, but then they figured this human ain't so bad, and it's hilarious to see this ensue because he teaches them how to like use the internet, how to change light bulbs, and they're like, "Oh, Stu's great. I love Stu." And they're just like, "My opinion on Stu, I wanted to eat him at first, but I love this man." Just like so good, and they take him everywhere. Afterwards, they're like, "Stu, what do you think?" It's kind of cool. All
Oh
right.
shit, Justine might actually be right.
Oh,
Wait, hold on. So the Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster dictionary of zombie is a willless and speechless human, as in voodoo belief and in fictional stories, held to have died and been supernaturally reanimated. The supernatural power that, according to voodoo belief, may enter into and reanimate a dead body. So nowhere in there does it say it has to eat someone or that it has to be from anything else. So this could be witchcraft. So technically,
I refuse to accept this new
technically-
information.
Technically, the Pirates of the Caribbean ones can be considered zombies because they're revived because
Yeah.
of the
See,
wickraft
y'all
from
act
that,
so
from the
surprised.
curse.
You think I don't know what I'm talking
I'm
about?
not surprised.
No,
I was
look
just
at
saying.
you.
that.
You had to straight up
I'm
fact
supporting
check me.
you. What are you talking about?
Sure.
This is the backup.
Yeah,
Anyway.
thanks. Backhanded backup.
Whoa. I think we need to simmer down a bit. It's getting a little bit crazy
Shut
in
up,
the
bitch.
Grindhouse dungeon right now.
Oh god.
That's it. This is my last episode. I'm leaving after this.
Oh shit. Okay, so I'm right. Moving on.
moving on.
Yeah, we'll
So-
just leave it at that.
what I was trying to get to was there was this scene where a zombie shambles over to fucking Stu and is like, "Hey man, don't take this the wrong way. Are you like the opposite of dead? You know? Are you have a heartbeat?
Dang.
Are you alive?
You smell different.
You smell different." And Stu's just like, "Stu, we got." They're like, "Stu, we got to go, man. Everyone in here wants to eat you. Come on."
Come on,
It's like,
let's go,
Oh
Stu.
my god.
Poor Stu.
he was the best, and then he becomes a werewolf.
Yeah.
Ew.
They get him.
Oh.
Yeah, they get him, but you
And
think
they-
Stu dies.
There's this
because-
rivalry between werewolves and vampires that is like well known, and it's kind of just like I don't know, two frat houses trying to fight each other. Just like, "Oh fuck you, man! I'll fuck you up later. Yeah, fucking come over here. I'll fucking," it's just like that kind of shit.
throwing squeaky toys to make the werewolves chase them.
Oh my
Like,
god.
it's like, go get it.
That's
one of them
one of the
lifted.
funnier bits, honestly. That they would get distracted by the squeaky toy is just a hilarious
It's
joke.
like, hey man, check it. Throws it. Hey, he threw nothing. Don't go chase it.
Don't go chasing it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he didn't
God.
even throw anything.
Love it. Yeah, I definitely thought that was one of the funnier bits.
The cop scene. Oh,
When the cops roll through the house, absolutely.
God.
Yep.
Peter got mercifully fucking killed, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
He's
no,
like the best vampire in the movie, honestly. He's just very quiet and stoic. And hey, Peter, can you watch? It's like,
like,
okay.
okay, fine, never mind.
I love that they don't want to bother him at some point. So
Yeah, they're like,
just
"I
leave
don't
him
wanna-
in there.
We'll open it up, but he
Well-
just hisses at people.
Nick Pryor in the movie, he's just like, I'm a vampire now, so obviously I'm gonna tell people I'm a fucking vampire. Nick, are you telling everyone I'm a vampire? No. And it just cuts to him just like, yo, what's up? I'm a fucking vampire. What? I'm a vampire hunter. No, you're not, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fucking great. No, you're not. What the fuck? Stop lying. Yeah.
That vampire hunter comes to kill fucking Peter and does.
Oh, shit.
But Peter ends up taking him out, and the cops get a call on this, and they're like, we heard someone broke in. Like, Viago cuts to himself, and he's like, I'm going to try to do a mind control. I'm very bad at this. It's just like... And they're just like, there's blood all over the fucking walls. There's like decaying corpses. And they're like, hey, man, check this out. There's no smoke detectors in this room. Yep, that's a
we're gonna
fire.
have to call- it's a
that's
fire violation.
right there.
Jeez.
What kind of house you guys living in here?
And they're just like, we should kill these cops. And they're like, yeah, but we should kind of see what else they say about other rooms in the house before we do that. Yes, yes.
Get a nice little house
Let's get a
inspection while
let's
you're
get
at
a
it.
free inspection.
And then they go to the hunter, and they're like, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Yep. This guy is passed out, and you guys put a slab of stone on top of him. Like, what kind of friends are you? You're like, oh, he's just too drunk, you know? You guys are horrible people.
He's just too drunk. I love that.
This movie's stupid, but it's hilarious. I mean, I haven't seen too much of the TV show. Would you guys like... Well, do you guys have anything to say about the TV show if you guys have seen some episodes?
I haven't seen the TV show.
It's literally just like exactly how the movie is. It's a sitcom. It's like a longer version of the movie, but like they're just doing everyday shit. Like pretty much what you expect. And then like at some moments it had like an overarching story, I would say.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in the TV show. It's like Nadja and her like time lost boyfriend that keeps reincarnating as a different guy. And like he was once a horse, but he was once the wash boy, but he was once, and every time she like hooks up with him and then loses him because he dies by getting
Wait.
decapitated, and they
Does
meet
that
later.
mean she fucked a horse?
It definitely does.
It's like, yeah, I think they were implying that.
They were implying that he was a horse. He was a horse at one point, but she always had a lover, and it was Gregor, and Gregor would become something else, and then this time he's like a security guard at like a what do you call those? Like a car port type of thing.
Yeah, like a parking garage.
Yeah, parking garage,
Oh,
those things. Yeah. He just is that, and then she's like, Gregor, come, and he was like, what? Like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, we could meet. And she's like, what's your name? Jeff. He's like, Jex? What is this name? It is like a weak blowjob or like a weak hand job. Like, Jeff. You know?
I love that. That's
Yeah,
actually one of the funniest
She
bits.
literally says that to him, like, about his name, and his name is lame.
Just interrupts him and is like, what? No, that's such a weak name. Like, what are you talking
be
about? I feel like we've actually had this discussion where it's like, oh, that's not a very good name. That's kind of weak.
Like, Jeff. You're just going to call yourself Jeff? All right.
Damn.
It's like, who names their kid Josh?
Gosh,
Not even Joshua, just Josh.
Oh,
Josh, it sounds squishy. That's a squishy name.
Squishy name.
We're gonna get messages from a bunch of Joshes.
Yeah, Josh is gonna come for us now. They just had their epic battle and they're still scrapping.
Right, that little kid's gonna come find us.
Yeah.
The kid who won.
The winner of the Josh off.
so
Jesus.
dumb.
So anyway, but yeah, no, I would say, like, you know, the show bears a lot of similarities to the movie, but you're getting better production value. I would say better writing also. Like it's much more consistently funny in the show.
And they they dwell on like the familiars a lot more. Like, who is the main familiar in that
Guillermo,
one? Guillermo
is the
he's
main one in the
great.
TV show, and Guillermo is awesome. Yeah, he wants to be Antonio Banderas. He's like, I always think myself as Antonio Banderas. I have a picture in my room.
That's great. One of the harder scenes was they're like, "Oh, I figured out how to use Skype. We should Skype my old familiar." And it's just an old decrepit man speaking German.
Yeah.
And they're just like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like, "You were supposed to make me immortal, you fucking asshole." Just like, oh. He's like, "I can't hear you. The Skype is fucking up. Bye."
They both speak in German really well too, like Taika Waititi. You know, they both. I don't know. It's just funny. Just random German guy.
It's like that guy's played Germans in something. Was Adolf Hitler?
It's like the
George,
only
like,
roles
literally
he's ever played.
Played the goofiest Hitler I've ever seen.
Okay. Do you guys have any favorite scenes from this movie?
I like the opening scene with the little alarm clock.
Yeah.
They're like daily routine.
Yeah, that was cute. Cute little montage.
The big relate right there.
Hey.
I got one. My favorite scene is when Taika Waititi's vampire, was it Iago or
Yeah, Viago.
Viago? Yeah, Viago brings that lady over, and he's like talking with her on the couch, and then he like starts setting up newspaper everywhere, like while she's there, and then bites her.
Oh my
but he
God.
like clips an artery, so it starts spraying uncontrollable, and he's like trying to catch it in his mouth and in a glass and stuff, and it's just getting everywhere. It's like, I'm a very clean person. I always make sure that my kills
Oh
are
my
good and
God.
clean, and then he like just completely
Oh,
botches
fuck,
it.
we got a main artery.
Like, oh god, he's just
Going
patting
everywhere.
at it and trying to catch it in his mouth, and oh god, it's so funny.
I feel like that's a parody of like American Psycho, like when he lays down
Yeah.
newspaper and brings him back to his apartment, and he's like, "Why do you have newspaper on the floor? Like, do you have like a little dog or something?" Like, he's like, "You got a chow." He's like making fun of him. What's funny is it's Jared Leto, isn't it? Who comes into his place?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it's him, and he's playing like such a pompous asshole, and he is murdered.
I mean, in American Psycho, that's him going on. He goes off on Genesis. Just
Right.
what he does in the book too. He has like chapters where he analyzes Phil Collins and Genesis
I
like
fucking
obsessively.
love that.
Yeah, great book.
I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't done that movie.
Yeah, it's American Psycho. Oh,
Now I
we
think
should.
about
We
it.
should. That's a good one. That's a good
I'm
one.
down.
There's a lot of stuff in there. Anyway,
I think my favorite scene is when the werewolves are first introduced, and Deacon's like, "Hey, werewolves." And
Yeah.
just
Middle
flips
fingers
them
up.
off, and they're just like, "Hey, don't go after him, don't go after him." And then they do the whole stick throwing bit and everything. They're like, "He threw nothing, don't go after it."
I was gonna say that's probably one of my favorites, just because it's such an off the wall joke for like, you're like, yeah, they're fucking dogs, just throw a squeaky
Yeah.
toy. And they're all like looking to the side, like, he fucking threw it. I need to go get it. And you're just like, oh my god.
And they end it with, "We're werewolves, not swearwolves," and it's just, it feels so AA to me. It's so good.
They're straight edge kids, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that one's
Yeah,
probably
that's
my favorite
true too. Because when they change, they like chain themselves to the fucking tree, so they don't hurt anybody.
Oh right, that's
Then,
true.
Then
Actually.
they get let loose.
They like remember the breathing exercises. The breathing exercises, like, ooh, as he's like in mid change, like, all right, I'm gonna calm down now.
What would you guys rate this film?
I'd probably give it like a 7. It's solid. You won't like lose some time over watching it.
I
It's
give it
worth a watch at least.
like, I think I'll give it a 6.57 because there's decent humor, not much plot, but it's funny.
I'm probably gonna give it a 7. Probably it's just more for in jokes for people who like horror.
Right. Yeah.
So if it's not your vibe. And it's a mockumentary, so you're gonna have the
Also
Office
that.
style, like, hey, this fucking guy, just.
If you, I would also give this movie a 7. But if you don't like stuff like The Office or This Is Spinal Tap,
Yeah.
or anything else that's a mockumentary like that, then you're just not going to have a good
Yeah,
time at
you're
all.
not gonna like
If
it
you
very
also
much.
don't like deadpan humor at all, you're not going to enjoy this movie whatsoever. But 7 overall, though, for I just find the movie very funny. And there you go.
Sweet. So I think that's about wrapping it up there. We will mention that this was a patron requested episode from our fellow patron, Sean. Thank you for your contribution. You could also subscribe to our Patreon if you'd like to, recommend us something to watch. We also have our other socials that you can check out. We have the Instagrams, the Twitters, and the Facebooks, as well as our merch on our Teespring. We have shirts and hats. We are also anywhere that you could stream podcasts. So if you are on Spotify, make sure to hit the follow button. You'll be notified when a new episode is dropped. We're getting better at our release schedule, so look out for our new episodes going to be coming out soon. Also, give us a review on the Apple Podcast Store because every little bit of criticism helps us out. So, thank you.
Really, though. I'm Mitch.
I'm Murr.
I'm Justine.
And I'm John. Thank you.